everyone, it's Lisa from theScore eSports, and we are at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Here with me is Nick Doucette, one of our League of Legends analysts, and we are previewing the third place match between Team Liquid and Team Impulse. All right, the last time we saw Team Liquid play, they got absolutely steamrolled by TSM. Do you think a week is enough time for them to get back into the right mentality and win the series?
Absolutely. I think a week is more than enough time for the Liquid coaching staff to put this team back together, reboost their confidence. If you cast your mind back to week 4, they had a really rough week. They went 0-2. They came back and they beat CLG to open up week 5, no problems. So there's definitely some mental fortitude here for this squad, but they really do need to, it's an uphill battle for sure. Piglet in particular, was really devastated by that loss, head in hands. They really need to work with him particularly to get him back in high spirits. But I think that a week is more than enough for Liquid to be in fighting shape.
Well, that's good news. So what is it that Team Liquid needs to fix to win this one?
I think it needs to start right from the champion select. The champion select against Team Solo Mid last week was a disaster in my opinion. There was some complete misplays, especially not respecting the power of post-nerf Azir. Both Bjergsen and Phoenix were undefeated on that champion at that point, and Liquid let it slide all the way to the final round in both game 1 and 2, and they got punished for it really, really hard. I think that Liquid needs to look at their champion select, reprioritize, and be more flexible, honestly.
And ban Azir.
And ban Azir.
All right, so let's move on to Team Impulse. The last time the two teams met, Team Impulse was so close to closing out the game, but in the end, Team Liquid got it. So what happened there, and what is it that Team Impulse needs to fix?
Yeah, that game was definitely close. It came down to a pretty big misplay by Team Impulse near the Dragon. They made a really bad call to devote so many resources to contesting the Dragon against Team Liquid. One of the big factors in that game was Impact on his Gnar. He made some really huge plays to keep Impulse in that game, and he managed to save the game on multiple occasions. And one of the things that's notable between that game and Team Impulse's most recent series was that Impact has not been playing Gnar. He has not been playing champions with high playmaking potential. He's been stuck on the Shen. He's been stuck on Maokai for 2 games. And it really has not worked for Team Impulse. They put a lot more weight onto Apollo's shoulders, and unfortunately it has not paid off for them. That's reflected in the numbers. Apollo's damage numbers have gone up significantly since they started in the playoffs, while Impact's numbers have gone down. They definitely need to share the love around a little bit more, get Impact on a higher impact champion, such as that Gnar, and he can play tanks very well, but you need to have somebody who makes plays other than Rush.
All right, so you mentioned Impact, but who do you think would be the X factor player for each team?
For Team Impulse, it's got to be Rush. Against CLG, especially in the early game, he was a man on a mission. Nobody could stop him from making huge plays, but it just wasn't enough. He's got to keep that up against Liquid this series, put Liquid off kilter early, get his team ahead. He's definitely going to be an X factor. And for Team Liquid, it's got to be Piglet. The team relies so heavily on him to carry them through tough times. He's definitely stepped up this season, met the expectation of fans and the team from what it was last split. But after that victory, as I said, he looked the most distraught of any of the players. He needs to come back. He needs to be strong. He needs to play well if Team Liquid is to have a chance in this series.
All right, thanks, Nick. Follow us on Twitter at theScore eSports and download our app available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you next time.